Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Full House Games. You are here with us for the semi-finals of PTQ Khans of Tarkir, and of course joining me is Jack Walton and Jonathan Winter.
Thanks for having us.
And we are watching the matchup between Ryan, who's playing Boris Byrne, and we got to see in round 6, and he is playing against Sam with the Sneak and Show mat there, who is playing blue, white, red control.
A deck that really kind of fell out of favour a little bit. There was a little while where not a lot of people knew about it and it was really good, and then everyone decided to jump on the bandwagon.
I'm not a fan of that.
Around about 2013 when it was Shahar Shenhar who won with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see why some people might want to play that.
Yeah, but we are seeing some more mulligans here. The camera is obviously giving everyone bad luck. Well, maybe besides JJ.
Yeah, I cursed my camera, so it's always going to be bad for someone.
So I think the control deck is much happier to mull.
Yeah, obviously with things like cantrips, things like that.
Yeah,
you just kind of draw out of it.
XYZ. So there is a deck tech for Ryan's deck, which we'll link in the description. And he is running some Hellspark Elementals, which are pretty good. But I feel like blue-white-red control has the advantage there with Pathworks, yeah.
Yeah, there's also just like electrolyze, things like that.
Yeah,
so.
just electrolyze 1 or 2 depending on how late the game is.
Yeah.
I mean, you're losing 1 point of damage, but
blue-white-red control
really
is a pretty okay burn deck itself.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's like a combo deck.
Right? When I play combo against blue-white-red control, they always just start burning the face, with electrolyzers, and it gets there in the end.
I mean,
especially with Snapcast.
I think they play maybe not all 4 lightning helix, but certainly 2 or maybe 3 and at least 2.
We saw Shahar Shenhar, quadruple bolt, was it?
Yeah.
And just blow his opponent out.
But in this matchup, lightning helix is going to be a huge factor.
Absolutely. I think both players are playing lightning helix, and you have to be, very worried about that.
So I think
Ryan is
pretty respectable draw here. We're seeing like a Path and Mana Leak. I sort of bolt back there. One other blue card I couldn't quite catch.
I think it's in Ryan's best interest to... Oh, there's a Hellspark Elemental.
I think we're probably going to see a Path, but...
Drop a...
If you can fetch a Plains here and Path there, that's ideal.
Yeah, I mean... It's always good to save 2 life by fetching a basic, but you really...
Sometimes you just can't.
Yeah, you'd rather be able to cast all your spells than save 2 life.
Depends what he's got. I think he's
Yeah. No, he's looking at Celestial Colonnade. He can't fetch that one.
If he shocks himself, it's not the worst because you're still saving life by pathing this creature.
Yeah, I mean, you're taking as much damage as you would have expected to take from that creature this turn.
It's a little unfortunate that you probably let your opponent get a Plains, maybe didn't have that white source in his hand, but...
Yeah, I do think you just fetch Plains here. Oh, alright.
And he obviously doesn't care, he's just going to throw bolts all day. He doesn't need to cast those white spells.
Yeah. Does he have the white source there? No? Do you think Ryan does that just to...
my guess would be that he just doesn't run a Plains.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
So now we're going to see probably a Mana Leak on whatever he tries to play here, which unfortunately looks like it might be an Eidolon. Obviously,
it's going to be pretty good if it hits an Eidolon, to be honest.
What is that?
Not
that's a Keldon Marauder, is it?
Yeah.
Keldon Marauders.
You definitely Mana Leak that.
Yeah. Get it out of here. Don't want to see that.
It's 1/3 for 1. Sorry,
it's 5 damage for 2.
Yeah. It's just really solid card if your opponent doesn't have anything that blocks, which this deck obviously does not. It's going to take this time just to put the Rift Bolt on the stack.
Okay. Sure.
And we are seeing, I don't think there's a Remand or anything, picks up the Snappy, which is going to be good in a turn.
And Celestial Colonnade coming down early.
I'm not 100% sure what he's just gesturing
Okay.
there.
This is already going really well for...
Yeah.
Ooh, judge call.
What just happened?
He
He drew before letting that rift bolt resolve.
I do believe that will be delayed now.
Yeah. It'll just happen next time. A little unfortunate.
What's the control player's name again?
Alright.
Caleb?
Sorry?
What's the control player's name again?
Sam.
Sam. Yeah. So
Sam.
it's going well for Sam.
Yeah.
We'll just...
Sam.
I think the judge did just let that one go off because there's no creatures in play.
Oh, there's no
so
other
it's
target.
it's a pretty obvious,
oh.
like, I'm going to target you with it.
I
Yeah.
think it's up to the opponent. If the opponent says, I don't want him to have that trigger.
Yeah, that's
Then-
always the way it goes, right? Eidolon here is going to be pretty painful. We do see, like, the bolt or the electrolyze. He might just choose to bolt this right here, right now. I think that card at the back is a cryptic command. Okay, so he doesn't care about that, apparently. He's going to let his opponent maybe do some of the work so he can burn them out easier. But
it's
so we see that with the earlier fetch, right? He now can't cast the cryptic, but I think his line this turn is block with the Snapcaster with Mana Leak then open.
Yeah.
what, take 4?
Well,
Well, no, because you would well, I guess you would then it would be a sacrificial mana leak in that. Okay.
so I think
Probably
actually
not.
we did see a pretty heads up play there. Didn't run into the Snapcaster to get blocked. Let his opponent, not get that extra
So he
value.
passed the turn.
I think so. Which is
yeah. I mean, that's the only reason he would be playing Electrolyzer.
so pretty interesting. With his opponent at 9, he has 3 mana, could have 3 bolts there, and it would just be pretty much good game. There's not a lot of 1 mana blue spells that they're going to have in main deck. See the Jet, you're at 7.
Is he at 7?
Well, he was on 9, so I'm presuming this resolves, and we will see him
Yep.
go down to 7. Obviously the scry off Magma Jet.
So he's
huge
taken
help.
Rift Bolt.
Yeah, so he took 3 from the fetch.
Rift bolt, lava spike.
There was a lava spike in there.
Yeah.
He's been hit with a lava spike, yeah.
Okay.
2 damage from that electrolyze.
Yeah.
And magma jet is 7. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus
so
3.
so we think he's on 7.
Around about 10, 9, 10.
Down to 4. So Sam needs a lightning helix here.
I mean, he has the cryptic command if he's wanting to fetch, but 6 is obviously a little more dangerous than 7 and not that much better than 4, right? It's pretty tough. Oh, we are going to see the mana leak though.
Oh, that's fair
Oh,
enough.
that works.
I wonder if he's going to try and not... Yeah, I think he's going to try to not sack the fetch land if he can help it. So he's going to try and hope to draw a blue source naturally. I don't think he's going to end up with having that luxury.
No, me neither.
Ryan passing the turn again, I think if you've got the pressure, you can't just let it go to waste by
I mean,
allowing
get
them
in
to
under
untap.
counter spells.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he wants to close the game out, but...
Like, you could have done this and forced him to fetch a land, which would have been at least 1 damage if you wanted to counter it last turn.
But
I think I agree with that. Just there's no point in being fancy. Just
Yeah, there's times...
sling those burn spells when he's tapped out.
Yeah, there's times when, instant speed is better off being cast at sorcery speed.
Yeah, it's
right?
unfortunate that you just can't run 8 lava spikes. I think Lightning Bolt is probably the least correctly played card ever.
So
Fair enough.
he's on 6 now, right? And he's going to counter draw.
Yeah, I imagine so.
And he's got, has Ryan got 1 left in here?
Maybe he's thinking about, bouncing a mountain.
I would counter bounce Snapcaster here. I think.
Get your remand back. Get
Does
your
he
cryptic
have
back.
enough blue mana?
I think you can't just let the game go on that long. You need this Snapcaster to kill him before he draws too many.
Well,
bolts.
Snapcaster would read by a cryptic command. So, what's that?
That's a crack. Get cracked.
Skull crack.
And
Nice.
we are seeing the top of the deck get hit. That's
That puts
pretty
that's,
much
he's on
a
three,
lock, right?
3 life. Right, so you can play a removal spell.
oh,
but
he's
he'll be
still on
1.
3. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
But
I mean,
you can't attack with Snapcaster.
Yeah, no,
anymore.
definitely turns off the snappy beats. Oh, we are seeing double snappy bolt in his hands. So,
Does he have how many blue sources has he got?
he's got 3. So he's got double tech
So he
edge.
can't snap cryptic.
Oh no, we are seeing 4, right? My bad.
I think you have to just bolt this and attack.
Yeah, because
And then he's used his mana leak, so he's just dead to a burn spell, unfortunately.
yeah, it's pretty bad. But
Super awkward.
okay, so I guess he's going to go for the play that we were talking about before. So he's going to block with this fresh Snapcaster, and hope that his opponent doesn't have something that kills him at
I don't
instant
think
speed.
that's a huge. I guess that's possibly. Oh, he hasn't
Oh
attacked
right,
him.
and just
Okay.
refusing.
That's wrong.
He
refusing
does
to
have a
run into
Celestial
Snapcaster.
Colonnade still.
Oh,
That's
of course.
true. But then, like, what does that make the card you drew? Like, so we
I
are
think that's
seeing-
right. You just do it. I mean, there's no other way around it.
I think he's just drawn a land, and Sam's picked up on that by taking the.
Well, the
turn.
fact that Ryan has only played 3 lands this turn means he's due for a bit of a land pocket.
Yeah.
So, but it's
Here's your expert
I think his-
statistics from Jonathan Winter.
depending on
Pod's got to be on top of the deck, boys.
depending on
He could just be saving stuff to try
Alright.
and.
It's
Ooh,
so
Goblin
that
Guide.
doesn't do it because he's got
no,
the.
that's really average draw. Yeah,
You can activate the colonnade. Right?
Hey now. Oh, just writing
I think-
down the card in hand.
I think he'd really just on the snappy plan, right? Snap.
I don't think he's taking damage to this.
No, not yet. He's just writing down what land.
Yeah.
I think he just snap, block, and then bolt him end of turn.
Yeah.
Like, there's only so many counter spells that you run, and you need to make him die.
What's Ryan on? Because
I
he
imagine.
might be on lethal. He might be dead to colonnade.
No, I think he's on 16-ish.
Yeah, I believe he's only taking the 2 beats from Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah, I don't actually think he's ever got.
Oh, okay. Alright, so he's going to bolt the guide to...
Yeah,
I guess
it's pretty
he gets
similar.
more damage, right?
Yeah.
It's
in the long term.
1 damage. It's 1 less damage this turn, but it's 2 more damage every... Like, it's 1 more damage
So if
every
Ryan
turn.
rips a land here, he's not in very good shape. I don't think.
No, but there's always the
This
possibility.
is how it comes down to.
It might actually just be Searing Blaze, and I think what we actually saw was a Boros Charm, which is pretty unfortunate. I guess.
Snapcaster
Oh, does he
Mage.
have Snap Cryptic? Because that's
Yeah,
pretty
he's
busted.
got
yeah.
Snap Cryptic, but there's not enough cards in his graveyard for it to be relevant.
I do
to
believe
bounce the Snappy.
the other card in Ryan's hand is a Boros Charm. So
Yeah, which
that white splash coming back to bite him
a
now.
little
Of course,
unfortunate.
not fetching out planes earlier.
I can only
Happens.
presume he doesn't have one because Ryan's a pretty heads-up player, so I imagine he would.
So this is not
yeah.
lethal yet, right?
Well, this is
1, 2,
10,
3, 4.
so we're
Could
definitely
be.
getting closer. Like, if he has 1 more burn spell, I imagine.
Oh,
It is, yeah. I guess you don't make that swing unless it is lethal. And Sam, like, clinging to his 1 life there.
This is
Very nice.
just to, as people know, I'm not a huge fan of Burn. This is another example of why I could never play Burn. It's just the frustration of you just sitting there, hoping to rip another lava spike.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
every
I
time.
think Ryan could have played around it better by casting more spells when his opponent was tapped out.
Maybe.
Like, you're not playing counters, so you're okay with your opponent resolving stuff.
Yeah,
So-
100% true.
I think you just need to get as much value as you can out of
I
having
like
your
this.
opponent
I
tapped
think we're
down.
seeing Geist of Saint Traft.
Oof. That's a quick clock.
You want to race? Let's race.
I mean, unfortunately,
Too fast, too furious.
3 mana still doesn't actually block anything. It's not ideal.
Because you use it as a blocker, right?
But you know how I feel like maybe it's not correct a little bit. We are seeing Blood Moon in the sideboard, but choosing not to bring it in. I think Blood Moon's probably pretty strong here, but
I would be willing to take a gamble on Blood Moon. If your opponent,
if nothing else, it's going to
if your
fade
opponent
account,
expects
right?
that he just needs to fetch a plains and he'll have the right mana.
well,
Yeah.
it almost
Well,
like,
you need to
straight up
fetch a
turns
plains
off
and
Cryptic.
3 islands.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Cryptic is like hard hitting.
yeah. Then again,
the blue-white red control can, with fetch lands, ease quite, not easily, but effectively play around
No doubt.
Blood Moon.
But you do have to be running all of those bases.
I forget if
Yeah.
the top 8 of this event, or if they still let people look at deck lists.
No,
No.
I don't think so.
there was no
I don't
deck
think it
list.
happened.
Because if Sam's not expecting to see Blood Moon,
But
I
he
would
didn't bring it
definitely-
in. So.
I didn't actually know that ever happened. Like, what's the ruling on that?
You,
for the
they
deck
used to be able to do that. in
You
top
used to
eights.
be able to look at your opponent's opponent's deck list.
It's just like different for each tournament, right?
Why is that?
I'm not sure. Some people choose to, some people choose not to.
Do they do it
It's
on the
just-
Pro Tour still? I can't remember.
Yeah,
I think
they
they
do,
do.
I believe. But do you think maybe not bringing in the Blood Moon is just kind of a concession to the deck not really consistently getting to 3 mana? Maybe like he just put it in last minute, sort of the night before or something. He's tried to play it a few times throughout the day. Obviously he made the top 8, so it can't have been that bad, but...
Could be. Could also be if he doesn't have that plains, he can't cast 4 out of like eight spells out of the whole suite that he's got.
Yeah, I imagine like you're probably taking them out if you're playing the Blood Moons, but I don't like taking out Boros Charm at any point in this deck.
No, and Lightning Helix is just as valuable when you can deal 3 damage to your opponent and take 2 from your Eidolon,
Yep.
and then gain 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to think what blue-white-red controls brought in. Don't think they play Leyline, so there's not
No,
going to be
me
a Leyline.
neither.
It might be a Spell Sky or 2.
Spell Guide seems good here. I imagine any cheap counter spells you have.
Dispels.
Yeah. Dispels.
Spell's really good against burn.
Yeah, counter target instant, and we've especially seen Ryan doing that with. Oh, very careful there.
There was a lot of electrolyzers I saw in that hand.
I'd be happy with electrolyzers if I was Sam, just because it's he could be running that. I'm gonna just burn you out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, you don't want electrolyze in your opening hand on the draw. So,
Yeah, I think it is maybe a little too slow. Like,
Fair enough.
for example, this Marauder, it just doesn't kill. This is going to have to resolve here.
Oh, he has a bolt
looking
in
like
hand, I
5
think.
damage, 2 mana.
No, he does have the bolt, which I think might just get fired off. Of course, if he does fetch something like a basic mountain, then...
I
if
think
we
we're
did
about
see-
to find out here if he's going to play around Blood Moon.
Yes.
No.
Answer is no.
Well, he has to get something that makes red, right? So he can bolt this thing.
Yeah,
So it's not
Yes.
exactly not playing around Blood Moon.
this is true. And you take the shock here, and bolt probably not. He doesn't
No.
really seem to have that much in hand.
Yeah, I think maybe if you have like the mana leak, then yeah, you want to, which is a bit of a tell. You always want to represent a mana leak in a matchup like this, so I would probably consider shocking. And it's always hard to say, right?
Yeah, very true.
So he has taken 2 now, which puts him at 18, or I think I am seeing 19 on the pad, so maybe we missed
We
a
took
trigger.
he took a.
He's
Rift
definitely
bolt
on
first.
19. Oh, sorry, 18, because he's fetched and...
He took a Rift Bolt.
Right.
I don't know, oh yeah, so it'd be 16 even. Maybe you're just reading upside down.
Yeah, maybe I
No,
was-
he's on 15.
No,
because-
yeah. Hey, look, we can math on this panel.
For the viewers
Yeah.
back home, the commentary team does not have the luxury of life totals
Yeah.
on the screen at the moment, so
They get put in post.
yeah.
So I think
Oh, Okay.
I think the players probably know what's up here, and hopefully there won't be any discrepancies over this later. And I'm
Lava
gonna
spike.
spike you before attacks, just because I don't care.
So if you're Sam, why do you leave up the 1 mana? Like, why do you not just bolt?
What is that, a guide?
Guide, yeah.
Guide is probably pretty good here, but the lightning bolt obviously makes it a little worse.
I think you bolt, the guide and just take your medicine with them.
Yeah.
Marauders.
Yep.
I mean, this way you're saving 2 damage this turn, probably 2 damage next turn, as opposed to 3 damage.
Now.
Yeah.
And you'll be taking 1 when it leaves anyway, so...
Yeah, so that's pretty irrelevant.
Is this a Geist?
Geist.
Yeah. Get the beats.
Some sweet tech from the blue-white control decks.
I hope Ryan is kind of sweating now. What is this?
Oh man,
He's racing?
The angels are coming. Very interesting. We haven't seen a Searing Blaze either of these games from Ryan, and I'm wondering whether he has them. Obviously not good
This
against
is
the
the first
Geist.
I don't think you sideboard the main in this.
No, but I would guess that the deck runs the main. I would nearly expect full suite of Searing Blood and Searing Blaze. But,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they don't kill Tarmogoyfs, which...
Maybe Searing Blaze I can see, because...
Yeah, always deals
Oh,
Oh,
through,
there's the
right?
old Pen Angel.
The old...
Glimnir.
Oh. One of my favourite angels. So now we are just seeing leave up Electrolyze. I don't think...
So what's the life totals now? It's
I think we're looking
One-
at...
so he was on 15, 12.
Yeah, so he...
11,
I think it's
8 when
8
this resolves.
plays 14 now.
Yeah, because he did show.
And that's
Ooh,
the
lightning
lightning
helix.
517.
Come on, Dispel.
And so
I tend to wait until
the
the
lethal
lethal
spell.
spells before I start countering.
I think you got to counter something like that though. It's a bonus. It's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
6-way swing,
Yeah, true.
right?
Yeah, I mean, we know that he doesn't have the counter spell.
Yeah. If you've got the counter spell, you sort of just want to counter every valuable spell that comes out of burn.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's right to just leave it up until the end. If you've got the mana spare, you might as well blow them out. I think
So if he keeps hitting his
probably-
land drops here, then it's a 2-turn clock.
probably should electrolyze end of turn to draw that extra card.
Yeah, I feel like he's trying to represent a counter spell, but I think...
So Ryan has 1 turn here because he's got
Yes.
thingo.
Uh-huh. And we're looking
Is that a
at...
Sphinx's Rev?
I don't think I saw that. I think there was a remand.
There is definitely a remand there, which is good if he tries to cast something like a
I've got to say,
Barrage
Geist is doing the trick here.
Yeah, Ghost is giving him the pens.
And Ryan not playing anything at Sam's end of turn to attempt to bait out any counterspells or lower his life total at all.
He did draw a mountain, so I imagine he's still not going to be able to kill him. But we will have to see.
A lot of tech edges. Do you think
He needs a volcanic fallout, which I highly doubt he's signed it in.
Volcanic Fallout does what now? Sorry.
It's 2 damage to all creatures and players.
Of
And
course.
it
Can't be counted.
So actually pretty good.
The fact that
Right here.
Ryan isn't windmill slamming a procession of lightning bolts leads me to think that he's in big trouble right now.
Yeah, okay, so I think after drawing the land, and there we saw him tap 1, which is either just a straight up bluff, or if he has something like a lightning bolt.
I think he's Hollywooding maybe.
Yeah, I imagine he is, because it makes no sense to not bolt you at the, okay, Rift Bolts, so you get remanded.
So he's going to try and win now? Because he's on 5, right? Sam.
Yeah, he's definitely not on a lot.
Can Sam yeah.
So remand, get in the hand,
Maybe you should suspend.
suspend.
So this is the only chance that he has.
So he just needs to rip a land and win, I think. I don't think he's a land hand.
Yeah, I think I see him.
Oh, okay. So he's
He's
got
gonna
an
get
empty
2
hand.
bites of the cherry. Yeah, Geist is St. Trav. What a boikie, as we say in South Africa.
What? Yeah, I mean...
Ooh, there's a bolt as well, just to seal the deal.
Yeah.
So doesn't he need to
Pen Angel coming in.
That pen's done a lot of work.
It has about 12 points of damage. Yep. There it is.
That's I just love the irony there. Bolt.
Yeah, so
Yeah, Bolt kills you.
there it is. We did see the searing blood right at the end there. He just showed his opponent.
Wow.
Really unfortunate when your thing has hexproof.
Yeah, I don't really agree with bringing in Searing Blood against
Did he?
the blue-white control. Or
I'm not sure he
just
brought him
maybe
in.
maybe just not taking it out if that was the case.
Yeah.
Is it blades or blood?
Blood.
So the two damage.
Yes.
2 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems bad.
Anyway,
Maybe he was trying to
give him a
use
token
it
somehow.
for
Forbidden Orchard.
Snapcast the mage.
Oh, Forbidden Orchard, and then I'll Searing Blood it for you.
Genius.
Alright, that's all for the semi-finals. Please join us for the actual finals coming up here on Full House Games. Stay tuned for Magic and more. Stay tuned for Magic and more. Stay tuned for Magic and more. Stay tuned for